All right, welcome to my final live Christmas drawing before Christmas of 2022. I had to postpone it a day. Christmas event came up yesterday, so I had to go attend that, and that was exciting. So I got to do that, but I'm coming back today live. So let me bring up the camera here. Today is day number 22. Let me pull this in front there, so you probably couldn't hear me. But day number 22 on the Disney Funko Pocket Pop Advent Calendar. You're not going to be able to see me popping this open on here, so might as well just do it off camera. Set that over there. So today's piece that I will be drawing live, well, at least it's a Christmas edition one. Christmas edition Winnie the Pooh. He's got his cute little bag of toys there. So that's going to be today's drawing, Winnie the Pooh. Let me just make sure my settings are good here, and then we're going to get started. Yep. All right, everything looks good here, so we're going to get right down to my sketch. Again, let me see if I can bring it up here one more time. Winnie the Pooh, bag of toys, Funko Pop. Day number 22 of the Disney Funko Advent Calendar. There's only 2 days left on this. This is a 24-day Advent Calendar. So it's almost over. 2 more days of drawing from this, and then it'll just be back to a few days of regular drawings. So again, with this one being a Christmas drawing or a Christmas figure, I don't have to fake it and put some Christmas stuff in it. So that's good. I'm glad there was some Christmas involved in this one. That's one thing I was a little surprised about with this calendar. There have been a few days where it wasn't Christmas themed, and I wasn't really expecting that, but it is what it is. All right, so got our Winnie the Pooh here. Again, with all Funko Pops, I got the big eyes. Now, the other day, I was kind of getting sick of drawing the regular figures, like the Minnie Mouses and stuff like that. So I kind of tweaked my Minnie Mouse a little bit. Let me bring that up here. This was the one I did the other day of Minnie Mouse. I gave her tiny eyes just for something different. Just because, I did a few original ones and I was kind of getting sick of that. So that's as far as the face goes on Winnie the Pooh. They don't have any mouths on these, so I don't have to worry about drawing a mouth here. Now we'll get on to the body. It's got a cute little body here. Let's see. Give him a round belly, a little half shirt here. Give him his little hand. Now this hand's going to be holding the bag of toys. And from the front of the figure, you can't really see the bag of toys too much, but I'm going to try to see if I could look in it and see what's actually in here. Just looks like a couple different colored lines and circles. I can't tell if that's like a dog bone. We're going to pretend it is. We're going to draw a dog bone here. Makes it look like he's got a sack of bones with him here. And a little yellow thing. Nothing too exciting coming out of the bag. And his feet. So, again, I've been doing this every day in 2022. So for anybody that's joined in on the live ones or checked me out over on Instagram, it's appreciated. After doing this the whole year, I've actually got a message. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before. One of the days this past week from somebody that thanked me for one of the videos that they posted up on YouTube, and they sent a picture their kid drew one of the figures or one of the drawings that I did at the beginning of the year. So I was excited to see that. I'm glad someone was out there watching it and drew it as well. All right, so this bag's got to be a little bit bigger. It's got to sit on the ground. And that's basically the outline for the Winnie the Pooh. Now, the thing with the with the Funko Pop figures here, this one's pretty good because it's got the bag on the ground, so it'll stand. a lot of the ones with the skinny feet do not stand. And one of them so far came with a little stand to put her on. It was the Daisy, the one the other day with that weird red hat and the muff that she was holding. But for the most part, half of them fall over. They don't really stand up too good. So I don't know what I'm going to do next year for an advent calendar. Which also, I'm not too sure what I'm going to be doing next year as far as my drawings go. I'll have to think of something. The lives are, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to do a Christmas drawing every day. I might just do one once a week and do it live. I don't know. It's still up in the air. All right, so this one, I'm going to drop the opacity down. I seem to have drawn that a little dark. Whoops, that's actually the wrong one. Why did I add all these layers? All right, this one, I'm going to make the reference. Then I'll drop the opacity on it. Not sure, again, why. I happen to be pressing a little hard tonight, I guess. Now we're on our inking technical pen. So now we're just going to get in and start this one off. So I'm thinking of this one, I want to do a little bit fluffier. And you'll see what I mean. Which I know I've used this technique in the past. So you got Winnie the Pooh's ears right there. I'm going to leave the hat part. Actually, no, I'm going to draw it in, but I'm going to be covering it up later anyway. I'm going to just draw it in now, though, for color reference, because I don't want the color to bleed outside of it when I go to fill it in. But for now, we're just going to leave it there. All right. We had a bit of a cold spell come through here, like most of the United States. Kind of put the road I live on out of commission for a while. Plows tend to not hit up my road until a lot later in the day. So getting the kids home from school was a treat. All right. Now, what I want to do... Nah, I'll leave it. I was going to move that down a little bit, but I'll leave it right where it is. Okay, then we'll get on to the body here. Not too much detail in Winnie the Pooh's hands. It looks like they're just kind of mittens, I guess. Give him his half shirt. Now, I don't know if it was just something that was on my sister's little stuffed animal, Winnie the Pooh, when we were little. But she had a plush Winnie the Pooh, and that was like her life. She loved the thing. But on his shirt, it said Pooh. I don't remember if that was ever a thing. I don't know why it would have said Pooh on the shirt. But obviously, being little kids, we always joked about it. We were like, you got Pooh on your shirt. We would always say that when she wore Winnie the Pooh shirts and stuff as well. All right, we'll make the sack of toys look like that. Again, not too sure if that's a bone that's in there or what the heck's hanging out of this bag. But we will just leave it like that. So, sorry, I had to mute it there for a second, so I'm sure you heard me banging on the microphone. All right, so now we're going to go and eliminate our pencil layer. I don't know why I did what I did here. I'm kind of out of it today. I guess I didn't mean to reference that. I usually never reference that. Maybe that's why I messed up before. All right. So we're going to reference the ink layer. Then we're going to fill in the colors. Then I'm going to go and add the white trim. So with that referenced, we're going to add Winnie the Pooh. Well, let's do the hat first. We'll do the hat and his shirt. Seem to be... that looks a little too red. Winnie the Pooh's shirt might be a little bit darker. And now we're going to try to find a nice Winnie the Pooh color here. Now, I said my sister had a Winnie the Pooh stuffed animal. It's a little too yellow. But she loved the thing so much, so like it really wasn't even like the right color anymore. If you like pulled down its nose, you would see like a brighter, vibrant color of the plush. So no matter how many times it was washed, it had that dinginess of a loved stuffed animal. All right, I haven't done anything solid black with the noses and the eyes, so I'm going to keep them a little bit on the gray side like I've been. And we're just going to fill in the bag. So that's a brown color. We'll do a different brown for the inside here. Not really too much detail in this bag. And the bone, if that is a bone, is red, which I wouldn't have picked red since there's red elsewhere. This weird little stringy looking thing is yellow, and this circle is green. There's another circle, but it's on the back. You can't really see it on the figure here. All right, so that is the basis for the color. So now we're going to add in some shadows. So we're going to go to our syrup pen or paintbrush, whatever you want to call it. Lighten that up, and then we'll start dropping in some shading. Right before I went live here, I was trying to set it up over on TikTok and go live over there, but it wasn't cooperating with my camera for some reason. All right, so we'll have a shadow under his jib. Then we're going to go through and add some texture lines and whatnot. A couple little different lines in the bag here. A little bit up in the hat. Then we'll do highlights too, because you got to highlight everything. And again, I'm going to go through with the different texture brush for the fur lining on the hat. All right, that looks good for shadows. Switch it over to highlights. Add a little bit in his eye. And on the nose. The other eye. A little bit on the hat. That one I'm going to make it a little more. That was a little too vibrant. Normally I'll go over it a few times to add a little bit of a highlight to it, but we'll leave it like this for today. A little bit on the top sides of the arms and on the side. Sleeve. Tiny bit on the bag. A little bit on the toys. Okay, that's looking good. And what I'm going to do is go back to my reference layer. Go back to my technical pen here. Draw a few different texture lines. None of these lines are on the actual figure, obviously. And I was kind of hoping when that person sent me a picture saying that their kid drew some of the stuff, I was kind of hoping they would have thrown some sloppiness in it, but I didn't notice any. That's all right. I recall like Winnie the Pooh doing like, what was he doing? Like touching his toes and that kind of stuff, and then splitting. What did he split his ass open? I think. That was always fun. All right, so we're going to add a little bit of fluff coming out of that in a second. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the reference off of this one. And the reason for that is because I'm going to add a layer on the top of everything. And when I add a little bit of the fluff to the hat, I'm going to do a little bit of coming out of the stuffing there. Excuse me. So we're going to go to the fur lining here. And let me just add a little bit coming out of here. Then I'm going to go back to this layer, reference it. And I wonder, and I'm not sure if this will work, if I could draw on top of it. I'm not sure. Let's see. No, it doesn't work. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to just do it on this one. But that's no big deal. So that'll be a little bit of the stuffing coming out. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, now onto the hat. I'm going to change the background color just because it makes it easier to see when I'm doing this. And with this referenced still, I'm going to fill this in. But I'm basically going to cover it up anyway. But while I'm here, let me add a little bit of a color difference to the hat. See if that stays. Perfect. Okay. We're going to go to the holiday brush. Go back to my fur lining. And we're going to take the reference off of this one again. We're going to go back up on this layer, add white. And this should just cover up the black outline, providing I did it right here. There we go. And it gives it that nice furry texture. I'll zoom in so you can see the edges of it look really cottony. And we're going to do the same thing with the hat. Make that one a little bit bigger. And I'm just doing this just to change it up a little bit, just because all the other ones that had hats, I did the ink outline. So I think I'm going to leave it like that. That looks good. A little more over here. Perfect. All right, I think it's a keeper. So, what I'm going to do is turn this background off. I'm going to combine all of these layers now, except for the pencil one. So, combine them all. Then I'm going to copy it. Then I'm going to backtrack that, so all this stuff comes back on. Then I'm going back to my gallery, and I'm going to my wreath, where I've been dropping in all of these pictures throughout the month. And we're going to add this one to the wreath. Let's shrink them down. And let's think where we could put them. It's looking a little bare up on the top left here. So I think he's going to go up here. We'll slightly angle him that way, put him right there, and I think that's a good home for him. So that piece is done. Then we're going to go back to the drawing for today, sign it, and call it quits for my last live drawing before Christmas. Switch over to the calligraphy brush, sign it, today, December 22nd. That's a lot of twos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 twos. That's cool. And that, I'll bring it up here on the iPads so it's all by itself. And that is today's live drawing. Let me zoom in so you can see it. Winnie the Pooh, Advent Calendar, day number 22. 2 more days. So make sure you are checking out my Instagram if you would like to follow this. It is over at Ague Designs, AGUEDESIGNS. And please, if you found any any enjoyment out of this throughout the year, and you wouldn't mind if you, I believe there's a link on the bottom of this if you're watching this on Twitch. If not, it should be in the description in YouTube. If you head over to my Ko-fi page, ko-fi.com/Ague Designs, if you would like to, you could leave a $3 donation over there. Anything is appreciated. It's not necessary. Or just spread the word. Tell your friends about it. And again, I will be back next Tuesday for one more final live drawing for the year. And again, check out my Instagram because I will be posting up there for the rest of the year as well. And next time I get on here, it'll be after Christmas. So thank you guys for watching throughout the whole year. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys have a good Christmas, and I will talk to you next time. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.